Yo, what's up guys, it's Shujinkydink here. We are here with episode 5 of the tournament series. This is going to be the last installment of the series. Um, and we are talking about frame data and how to use it effectively in an offensive standpoint, linking things together and making sure that you minimize gaps. Um, so we're going to get started super briefly here. It's important to know when you see a negative number that you're at a block disadvantage. So if I do my 6 frame down 1 here and Kung Lao blocks it, I'm at -9. So if he does a move that's 9 frames or faster, then that's going to hit me. If I'm at a hit advantage of +3, then that takes 3 frames off my next move. So if I wanted to do down 1, my next down 1 would technically be 3 frames. So it would give him 3 frames to armor or backdash or whatever he wants to do there. Um, Unfortunately, because down 1 is -9, it is full combo punishable. So that is something to be aware of. So now that we kind of know that, the block advantage, I'm going to go into something that's a little bit more detailed. It's the cancel advantage. So you'll see that on the corner of this move in particular, it's 20 cancel advantage. So this is how you know whether you have gaps in your strings or not. So basically I'm going to try right now to do this string right here, which is back 3-2, and I'm going to try and cancel it into an EX rune, and I'm going to see what happens. So that is not the move I intended to do. It's been a long night, folks. Alright, so that's what I want to do. As you can see, between the last hit of the string and the special move, Kung Lao is able to armor. So we need to figure out why that's the case. So we go to here, and we look at our cancel advantage. So our cancel advantage is 22. And since he blocked the move, we have to subtract our block advantage from the cancel advantage. So if we subtract 14 from 22, that leaves us with a block advantage of 8. So we have 8 frames. Plus, let's give it 2 frames for him to armor or backdash, because I believe that's how much you need for startup. I could be wrong, but that's just what the frame data has told me so far. So, if we look at our EX rune starts up in 16 frames, so it does not fit in that 10 frame window that we have. Or technically 8 frames if by the data, but so we need to find a move that's 8 frames or less to fit in that window, and unfortunately with Quan Chi, he does not have any special moves that are 8 frames or less. So that means we need to find a different way to combo into our EX rune. So we're going to go with a different move. That move was a low starter. Let's try our overhead starter, which is our back 2, and we'll see if that move can go uninterrupted. It does seem that that move works. So let's go and look and see why that works. Okay, so down slash, back 2. So start frames are 15, so it's a little bit slower, but it is an overhead, so it still makes it a good move. It's not really a reactable move, but most players that play Quan Chi will know when to block overhead and low. So our cancel advantage is 27, and our block advantage is -12. So since he blocked the back 2, we have to subtract our block advantage from the cancel advantage, which leaves us at 15 advantage. Then we add our 2 frames for him to be able to armor or backdash, and we're at 17 advantage. So 17 advantage. We look at our ground burst, enhanced, it's 16 frame startup. Perfect, that fits within our 17 frame window that we have between the back 2 and the EX rune. So again, cancel advantage 27 on this move. Because he blocked it, we negate the 12 frames there, as you can see, -12. So that leaves us with 15 frames. We take 15 frames, we add our 2 frames of him to be able to armor or backdash, and we have 17 frames to do whatever we want. Enhanced ground burst is 16 frames. It fits in that window. There's nothing he can do about it. If he blocks the back 2, he has to block the EX rune. Okay, so now that we have a guaranteed way to get our EX rune out, let's look at the block advantage of our EX rune. So our block advantage is 14. So that's +14. There's no negative there. So that means that we have 14 frames to do a move that will fit in that window. So it has to be I believe if we take away the 2 frames from him being able to armor or backdash, so we're looking at 12 frames. So let's see if we have a combo starter that starts in that way. I'm going on here. Back 3. Back 3 is 10 frames. So back 3 means that because that's the first hit of back 3, we go into here and we can do back 3, 2, 4. So back 3, 2, 4. We should be able to get off after the EX rune, and you should not be able to interrupt it if we time it correctly. So let's try that. And voila! It worked. He was unable to do anything about any of that. The unfortunate thing is that the back 3, 2, 4 is punishable on block. So it's minus 14, and his spin is fast enough that he is actually able to punish that. So successfully, right now, we have linked together our back 2 into EX rune. There we go, EX rune. Into back 3, 2, 4. So we've linked 3 offensive moves together for a lot of chip damage, and other than the back 3, 2, 4, which you don't always have to do, we have remained fairly safe. So other options you can do, you don't always have to do a string after it. You can do back 3 EX rune, backdash, punish them if they try and do something. With EX rune, you need to counter with armor of your own to eat their armored attack and then punish them for it. Lots of opportunities there. So this is just how Quan Chi works. You kind of want to look with your character and see. I know with things like Ferritor, you can do like 1-1 Ferritos, and that gives you a free down 1 into 1-1 again. It's just going into the moves list, looking at your frame data, seeing what guaranteed, seeing where the gaps are, figuring out how to close those gaps, and figuring out how to follow up with any frame advantage that you might get. And if you don't have frame advantage, just look at the advantage and disadvantage of all your moves and find out what moves are best for you to keep you safe as possible. Because in this game, it's a fighting game, you want to play safe. You don't want to get hit at all. You want to be as successful as you can, and that means not getting hit. So I hope this made sense to you and it wasn't a little bit too rambly. If you need any clarification, you have any questions about it, feel free to post it in the comments, and I'll definitely help you out clarifying things. This will be the last episode of the tournament series. I will still be putting out videos every Thursday, probably with a few little Easter eggs in between, because I love making videos. So yeah, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, and thank you to everyone that has subscribed. Hashtag Bonehawks, Bonefist right there. And I will see you the next time that I make a video.